This is Tom from Bank to Bank Bass Fishing. Today I have this crankbait mod that might help you out a little bit with those short strikes. I will be going over the advantages of this modification and showing you how it will be very effective on the water. Hopefully this modification I'm about to show you will help you land a couple more bass that you might have lost otherwise. Okay, here's the crankbait I have with the modification already. It's just a Rapala green crawl. Here, if you look closely on the back, you got a barrel swivel. I'll put it down here so you can see a little better and clearer. This has a bearing in it, so as you see, the crankbait has got free rein, whereas the treble hook is stationary. Here in a second, I'm going to grab a crankbait that does not have the modification and show you with a cup that the leverage the bass has against you. With this type of modification, you take that away from the bass, and this is what makes this a little special here. So when you fight them and you got them on the back of the hooks, that bass does not have the leverage, and you can just swing them, tire them out, and fight them as long as you want without having that leverage against you. Give me a second here and I'll get this set up with a cup, and I'll show you how a regular crankbait is not that good compared to this modification. All right, never mind the awkward camera position, but I only got two hands. So here, let me show you the leverage the bass has against you on a regular crankbait. If you notice, oh, let me get it back in the picture here, but if you notice, the crankbait does not have that modification and just has the eye of the crankbait and the swivel right there. Now let me show you when you're fighting the bass how much the bass has the leverage over you versus the barrel swivel. Let me demonstrate here. If you're turning them and the bass is fighting, look at that leverage. Did you see that? That's the leverage the bass has against you. And boom, it's popped off. Now I'm going to show you with the modification how this reacts towards this, the cup here representing the mouth of the bass here. So I'm going to show you with the barrel swivel how effective this is. Alright, now I connected the cup to the crankbait with the modification. I'm going to show you that there is zero leverage with this type of arrangement here. Let me get it back in the frame here. As you can see, it's connected to the cup, and if you've seen previously, the other crankbait that didn't have the modification easily broke the cup. You can pretend that's the bass's mouth here. So I'm going to pretend I'm the fish barely hooked with one hook on the jaw, and that all that free range you have when fighting the fish that's not breaking off at all. So if that one hook is in the jaw barely, this is your best bet in having a good chance of getting that bass in the boat. A lot of the times, if you got him one hooked, you barely hooked, and he's coming off. One jump and he's gone. So here, maybe I get this off here so I can show you a little closer on the barrel swivel here. Can't get it back in frame here. So see how nice that is? This also reduces friction in the water, so when you get that bait down in the water column and you hit those trees, you can feel them a lot better. For some reason, I can barely feel this bait now, except when I grind the bottom, hit a tree, hit a stump, it's like I can feel it 10 times better. So I don't know, whatever it is, be as it may, this is a modification I definitely would advise you trying.